Ladies and gentlemen, it is often said that life is a journey, and like any journey, it unfolds in its own time. We all find ourselves at moments when the path ahead seems unclear, when the uncertainty of the future leaves us restless. Yet, if we learn to surrender to the present moment and trust that God is leading us to a new season, we open ourselves to a deeper wisdom and peace. Trust the process, trust God's timing. And as you do, know that with each passing day, you are being gently led to a new season, one that will be filled with growth, opportunity, and peace. Allow yourself to let go of the need to control, embrace the present, and move forward with trust. This is the key to entering the next season of your life, and it begins with knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly, just as it should. The journey we are all on is often marked by periods of uncertainty, waiting, and change. During these times, it can be easy to feel disoriented, especially when the future seems unclear or distant. However, the first step toward trusting that God is leading you to a new season is to fully embrace the present moment. Many of us have been conditioned to focus on what lies ahead. The next goal, the next achievement, the next step in the grand plan. We get so caught up in the what's next that we forget to connect with the power of what is happening right now. The truth is that the present moment holds the key to everything that is coming. It is in the here and now that your future is being shaped. Every thought, every decision, every small action you take today is contributing to the next chapter of your life. When you are able to fully engage with the present moment, you open yourself up to a deeper understanding of the life that is unfolding before you. In many ways, the present moment is where all the answers lie. However, we often resist the present because we believe that it's not enough. We think that if we don't constantly strive toward the future, we are somehow falling behind. The present can feel mundane or frustrating because it doesn't always align with the expectations we have for ourselves. But what if we took a step back and recognized that this very moment, exactly as it is part of a much larger and beautiful design? In this present moment, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Living in the present requires an awareness that is free from judgment, free from the "should-say" and a must that we so often place on ourselves. It requires you to quiet the noise in your mind and focus on what is happening around you without the interference of your worries about what's next. It's in this space of pure awareness that you can connect to the divine guidance that is always available to you. When you live in the present moment, you stop fighting the flow of life, and instead, you align with it. You allow yourself to be led, rather than trying to force your way forward. By embracing the present, you begin to notice the subtle shifts happening within you and around you. Perhaps at first, these changes may seem small or insignificant, but they are the foundation upon which your new season is being built. When you pay attention to the present, you start to recognize the signs, the people, the opportunities that are already in your life. These are not random occurrences. These are the threads that are weaving the tapestry of your next season. It is also important to note that embracing the present moment doesn't mean being passive. It doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or surrendering all your goals. Rather, it means being fully engaged with the process of life as it unfolds. The present moment is where you take action, not out of urgency or fear, but out of trust that what you are doing is part of something greater. In the act of fully engaging with today, you are preparing for tomorrow. As you begin to trust the present moment, you will notice a deep sense of peace that arises within you. We live in a world where we are conditioned to expect instant results. We want things to happen quickly, according to our schedules. However, life does not always operate on our timelines. Often, there are unseen factors, lessons, and growth that must occur before we are ready to move into the next phase of our journey. By surrendering to the timing of life, we cultivate patience, allowing things to unfold in their own time, and trusting that everything is leading us exactly where we need to be. In surrendering, we also embrace humility. We acknowledge that we do not have all the answers, and that we are not in control of everything. This humility allows us to open our hearts and minds to the guidance that is always available to us. When we let go of the need to control, we create space for intuition, inspiration, and divine guidance to flow into our lives. This guidance may come in the form of a quiet nudge, a change in perspective, or an unexpected opportunity. When we trust the flow, we begin to notice these signs more clearly, and we can act on them with confidence. When we surrender, we also learn to embrace the unknown. The unknown can be a frightening place for many, as it represents uncertainty and vulnerability. However, it is within the unknown that we find the greatest potential for growth. When we let go of our attachment to what we think should happen, we open ourselves up to the beauty of what could happen. The new season that God is leading us to may look very different from what we had envisioned, but if we remain open and receptive, we will find that it is exactly what we needed all along. Ultimately, surrendering to the flow of life is an act of faith. It is a recognition that there is a larger plan at work, and that this plan is more beautiful, more expansive, and more fulfilling than anything we could have planned for ourselves. By surrendering, we release the burden of trying to control every aspect of our journey, and we allow ourselves to be carried into the next season with trust, grace, and peace. Trust that as you let go, you are not losing control. You are gaining freedom. Freedom to experience life as it is, in all its beauty and unpredictability, knowing that you are being led exactly where you need to be. Understanding and trusting in divine timing is perhaps one of the most important aspects of navigating life's transitions. We often find ourselves in situations where we desire change or progress, yet it feels as though things are moving too slowly or not at all. We may be faced with moments of impatience, frustration, or confusion because our desired outcome seems distant or elusive. However, recognizing that everything happens according to divine timing allows us to release the stress and anxiety that comes from trying to force things to happen on our own timetable. In our human experience, we are conditioned to think in linear terms. Our lives are filled with goals, deadlines, and expectations that have specific timeframes. This creates a sense of urgency within us, a drive to make things happen within a certain period. We often look at the progress of others and wonder why it seems to come so effortlessly, while we may struggle to move forward. This constant pressure to achieve our goals now can lead to frustration and dissatisfaction. We forget that divine timing operates on a different plane. It is not bound by the constraints of our personal schedules, but instead works in alignment with a higher plan that sees beyond the surface of our lives. Divine timing is about trusting that there is a reason why things are unfolding as they are. It may not always be immediately clear, but everything is happening in a way that is for our ultimate good. There is a larger picture at play that we cannot always perceive with our limited understanding. Our role is not to rush the process or to force outcomes, but to trust that what we need will come to us when the time is right. This trust comes from the belief that everything, even the moments of waiting and uncertainty, is part of the greater unfolding. One of the most significant lessons in trusting divine timing is letting go of our attachment to specific outcomes. When we surrender to this timing, we allow the flow of life to guide us toward the opportunities, growth, and blessings that await us. And with this trust, we step forward into the new season of our lives with confidence, knowing that all is unfolding as it should. Each phase of growth, no matter how challenging or uncomfortable, is an integral part of your evolution. The times when you feel stuck, uncertain, or unsure are often the moments when the most significant internal shifts are taking place.